Imagine boarding a train that travels at 320 kilometers per hour. A train so precise that its average delay is less than 1 minute per year. A train so safe that in over 60 years of operation, not a single passenger has died in an accident. This is not science fiction. This is Japan's Shinkansen. And today we are going to break down exactly how they built the most insane train system the world has ever seen. It all started in 1959. Japan had just recovered from World War II, and the country was rebuilding itself from complete destruction. The government had one massive goal: connect Tokyo and Osaka, two of the biggest cities in Japan, as fast as possible. At that time trains were slow, roads were congested, and Japan needed a solution. Engineer Hideo Shima and his team proposed something that had never been done before: a dedicated high-speed railway that would run on completely separate tracks from regular trains. Everyone thought they were crazy. The technology didn't exist. The budget was enormous. The terrain was brutal. Mountains, rivers, and earthquakes everywhere. But Japan said yes anyway. Construction began in 1959. And just 5 years later, in 1964, right before the Tokyo Olympics, the first Shinkansen line opened between Tokyo and Osaka. The world was shocked. A train running at 210 kilometers per hour. Nothing like it had ever existed. Now here's where it gets truly insane. Building a train that goes 320 kilometers per hour is not just about a powerful engine. Everything has to be perfectly engineered. The tracks, the nose, the wheels, everything. Normal railway tracks have gaps and curves everywhere. At high speed, those tiny gaps would cause violent vibrations and derailments. So Japan built completely dedicated Shinkansen tracks with almost zero curves. Every bend is so gradual you barely feel it. The tracks are also continuously welded, meaning no gaps, no joints, completely smooth. You know that iconic long-pointed nose on the bullet train? That's not just for looks. When a train enters a tunnel at 300 kilometers per hour, it creates a massive air pressure wave, like a sonic boom. This was causing windows to crack, and passengers to feel enormous pressure. Engineer Eiji Nakatsu, who was also a birdwatcher, noticed that a kingfisher bird dives into water at high speed without making a splash, because of its pointed beak. He redesigned the train's nose based on the kingfisher. The result? No more pressure waves. Smoother ride. And the train actually became 15% more energy efficient. At 320 kilometers per hour, even a tiny bump feels like a massive jolt. Japan developed an advanced suspension system that constantly adjusts in real time to keep the ride perfectly smooth. Passengers can literally place a coin standing upright on the floor, and it won't fall, even at full speed. Now here's the part that truly separates Japan from everyone else. Japan is one of the most earthquake-prone countries on the planet. Thousands of earthquakes happen every single year. Building a high-speed train system in a country that shakes constantly sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. But Japan engineered around it. Every Shinkansen track is connected to a network of seismic sensors, spread across the entire country. The moment an earthquake is detected, even before the shaking reaches the tracks, the system automatically cuts power to the trains and applies brakes. During the massive 2011 earthquake, one of the biggest in recorded history, 27 Shinkansen trains were running at full speed. Because of the early warning system, every single train stopped safely. Not one derailment. Not one injury. That is not luck. That is engineering. The Shinkansen is not just a train. It is proof of what humans can achieve when engineering, discipline, and vision come together. From a war-destroyed country in 1945 to the most advanced train system on Earth by 1964, Japan didn't just build a bullet train. They redefined what was possible. If this video gave you a new respect for Japanese engineering, hit subscribe, because we are just getting started, breaking down the world's most insane megaprojects one by one.